Hey, my name is Dan Groves and I just came home from SAP Teched. One of the things that I wanted to share with you is what is going on in the integration space. So at Sapphire, one of the big things there was integration, because if SAP wanted to be successful with all of their cloud acquisitions, they needed to be integrated really smoothly and fun and smoothly with their backend system, S4 or whatever ERP system you're running or version. So I expected integration to be a big topic and something that was a lot of focus on. So that was my goal about going there, see what's going on there. One of the things I think was the big message was that we're going to get this mixed landscape. So companies will be having both an on-premise system and a cloud system or cloud landscape, and both of these needs to be combined. So we'll get this heterogeneous landscape that combines all of these different things, and that's going to be a lot of challenge for a lot of companies figuring out where do we set the bar, what are the different tools we want to use for this development. So there was some new things on HCI, on PI, which was my main focus. There was a few enhancements, new features that is being added, but it's minor things, and obviously something that's relevant if you're working in some specific areas. So on the roadmap, one of the things that I found was, they have just added the Fiori on the BPM generation. So when you generated UIs on BPM, you could generate them Fioris and support tables and stuff like that. So that made it look a lot nicer. They're also talking about updating the BRM to use Fiori or UI5 instead of the current WebDynpro. That's a little challenging to figure out. So that, I guess, was the big thing. One a bit further out is in BPM, they were considering form-based, just like in ABPM, in some form, so you could define your processes in a smoother fashion, but not implemented yet, or something that they are working on. So not that many new features implemented on the integration space, as I understand it. I guess the big thing is a big topic that was discussed was testing. Michael Krafchick had a session on this. I'm posting a separate post on that, but a lot of people attended that. So I guess testing is something that's important for people. How do we test what we have and do regression testing and stuff like that? AIF, there was the first hands-on session on it, and I think this was the first time I got access to it and see what it was, and I think a lot of my fellow participants also did it. So that was quite a good session to get an insight in AIF and where it fits into the table. So obviously it's a complicated solution that can do a lot of things, that can help out in different perspectives depending on what you want to achieve. But obviously it can be a little challenging to figure out where we're going to put the logic. Is in AIF, your PI, HCI mapping, or in the trading partner management system. So that's going to be a little challenging for us as consultants and architects. Where does it fit in and where can we do different things? But obviously, since it's running on the backend system, you got a lot more flexibility and capabilities that you can implement. The API space is also quite relevant. So one of the big things was in HANA Cloud Platform, you can now start your own API management instance or whatever it is. This is obviously based on the on the APG framework, and I guess the elephant in the room in that is what's happening in the Google with the Google acquisition. Is it supposed to be developed further, or is this going away? And as I could understand, SAP had an agreement with APG that should last the next 2 years with developing and new features on the product. But what happens after that, no one really knows. But I guess with all landscapes, no one really knows what's going to happen in that long period of time. With APIs, SAP also had the API Hub, which is a place where they can publish a lot of the different APIs that they have created and exposed. So that would be a lot easier to start from. So if you already have an SAP API, I guess you would be able to copy it over to your API management, make a few changes in it, and expose it to your partner. So in that perspective, these two solutions work quite easily together and makes it a lot easier for SAP customers to expose different data as an easier way. I did have a BPM session on best practice BPM. I love that, and I got a lot of good feedbacks on it. I will hopefully be posting that soon, so follow on the blog or subscribe at picourse.com to any of the pages, and then you'd get access to it whenever I get it released. Another topic was Internet of Things, how things is going to work in the new landscape. What are we supposed to have there and stuff like that. There were some sessions on roadmap sessions about the topic, what's in it and where it fits in. But obviously that's going to be a whole new architecture where you need to figure out how do we connect all the edge devices to a cloud system and further to a backend system. I guess that was all I had on integration. On the other things that I got from it, just to cover this also, because as an integration architect or developer, I guess you need to know what are the bigger picture about what's going on. So I did a lot of figure out what the Fiori was going to be like, where does it fit in, and because you got my inbox that ties together with the BPM inbox and BPM tasks. Then there's the S4 HANA, that's going to be the big thing, and as I understand, a lot of people is seriously considering it, but have some budget limitation or challenges really finding the business case about how will this help our business. But I guess what I can see is that development methodology or the development approach once you get on S4 is a lot different than what you currently have. Because currently you would do a lot of development in ABAP. As I understand it, most extension of the platform of S4 would happen in a cloud solution like HCP, where you would be able to make some extensions and run. So basically you'd not even touch or do any coding on your ABAP system, and all enhancement would happen in this cloud framework using some Fiori, tying things together. So that's going to be a lot of fun, figuring out how these two things will work together. Obviously this mixed landscape that if I was an enterprise architect, that would going to be a lot of challenges. So how do we fit in cloud is for our existing ERP system and all of these different things, and create a coherent user experience for them, for the users. And the Apple OS extension. Mixed landscape. And you got the HANA Cloud Platform integration services. That's going to be interesting to see what's going on. So Barcelona is coming in a month's time, good month. And obviously there that's probably not going to be that many new things going on there. New things. I think if you as an integration developer are going there, definitely figure out what are the different topics around it. API management, Fiori, gateway, HANA Cloud Platform integration services, is an AIF, and figure out how do they tie in together in your landscape. I think the big announcement at Las Vegas was the HANA Express Edition, where you are actually able to develop HANA applications up to 32 gigabytes and run them in productive use. So that was quite a big announcement and availability of the platform to make it easier for developers and startups to get access on it and start developing applications on it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Post some comments below if you find this useful, or if you find that or something that are missing, please share them with the group so everybody can get benefit of it. But thanks for watching.